good wins. Just God damn it, right? 6 points from 6 is not what we want here.
No, and look, like I'm not like I want to root for this team to lose 41 games the rest of the way, or now there's 40 games left, but you know what I mean. I just don't want to get to a spot, and we've talked about it already with Lou Lamoriello's comments where he's like, I have no interest in trading Brock Nelson or Kyle Palmieri. I don't want to take that for a reality. And then like the Islanders try to like, we're going to give it the old college try and then finish 2 points out of a playoff spot and then let those guys go right to free agency. That I think is a really, really bad plan. But at the same time too, like, I don't know. I'm just kind of like whatever happens night in and night out is fine, but I'm still standing by you still need to make changes and trade off guys on expiring deals this year.
Yeah, I don't think anyone out there is going like, here we go. Well, I'm not on Twitter very much. Like rarely. I go for work when I have to find tweets for an article I'm writing. I'm not on there any other time, but I would imagine there are certain people on there going like, here we go. I told you they're about to do the thing. We're healthy again. We're doing it, baby. And I wish them well. I hope that they end up true because, I want to see the team win. But you're right. At the detriment of what at this point? I've toyed with the idea of a retool in my mind for too long now that letting go of Brock Nelson and Kyle Palmieri, it just seems like the right thing to do. As soon, maybe not as soon as humanly possible, maybe wait a little bit longer until they heat up a little bit more and then go. But I'm just resigned to that idea and not, as you said, letting them walk in free agency would be catastrophic.
And it's different than like the John Tavares situation because obviously like, yes, you could have traded him and got a haul, but like they were under the assumption of like he was in his prime of his career and they were under the assumption that he was going to stay. And he specifically said, don't trade me. This is two 33-year-olds on expiring deals when you are middling at best and clearly need a shuffle. And like, again, two completely different scenarios. Obviously a Tavares trade in his prime is going to fetch you significantly more, but a Kyle Palmieri, even for all of his flaws, which he may have, at the trade deadline is going to be valuable to a team. Brock Nelson, a top 6 center who scores 30 goals religiously, is going to be pretty valuable. Like if you ever wanted like this window or this gift on a silver platter to fix this franchise, like it's this. You can't pass up the opportunity and be like, nope, we're just going to put our heads down and push through it.
Yeah, we're going to try to win that cup. And you're like, man, even teams who are put up historical records in the regular season still don't get through these playoffs sometimes. I keep bringing up the Boston Bruins from a couple of years ago because it's an apt example.
Yeah,
they put up a record-breaking season and they lose in 7 games in the first round to the worst team who backed into the playoffs. Had Pittsburgh beaten Chicago just once, I think even just scored 2 goals against those Chicago Blackhawks, they wouldn't have even been in the playoffs, but they lost to them anyways. Like you can't just be like, got to see what happens, baby. So let's keep this thing at the detriment of what we're going to do in the next couple of years. That just doesn't seem okay to me.
No, it doesn't. So that basically I think the whole point here in this segment is kind of just talking through that because sure, as fans, you want the goal is to see your team win games, right? Like that's what everyone should want. And they are, and they're playing better. And I just, again, I feel like I'm repeating myself already, but it wouldn't be wise if they're like, see, everything is fine. Everything is working out. We're halfway through the season. We're 1 game below NHL 500. We're right there. We're turning the corner.
Yeah, no, same with you. I'm happy that they're on a 3-game winning streak. It feels good to see the team win and perform well, right? Like you look at some of those games, 62.6% of the Corsi against Boston, 62% of the expected goals. They had 64% of the expected goals against Utah. They only had 40 against the Golden Knights and still spanked them 4-0. Like those are good wins on paper. It's not just like, oh, they got lucky. Sure, there's an element of luck. There always is. But they played really, really well in at least 2 of the 3 games and then got maybe a little bit lucky against Vegas. But they created their own luck. It's what you want to see. Does this change things in the long term? Probably not. Like we really have to be honest with ourselves. We are only 3 games into the season, 42. And they still have, what is it, 5 points back from the Columbus Blue Jackets, although a game in hand. And you got to leapfrog so many goddamn teams. Even Detroit. Detroit's won 7 games now. They just can't stop losing, or can't stop winning, I should say. It doesn't seem likely. And then you think about, well, they've got another 40 games left. How many of those friggin' games are they going to win?
Half, probably, based on how this year's gone.
Yeah. I'm saying minimum 15. I just don't want Spiz to be right with his 28-32. I can't have him be right about that, because we'll never hear the end of it. He won't be able to enter the door frame in his own house. Just won't be able to do it.
No.
If you like that, make sure to subscribe to Up the Turnpike on Patreon for more exclusive New York Islanders content.